Have you ever looked back and you're like, yo, was that me that did that foolish act? And you're like, I couldn't do that now. Why did I do that? I mean, was I a kid or just foolish? I mean, that's not love, guys. It's foolishness. Yeah, so there was this time, guys, when I started dating this boy. I don't even remember like how old I was, honestly speaking. I don't even remember if it was 20 what. So I was dating this boy, right, guys? And then we had planned to see each other like the following day. So I prepare myself, I doll myself up. Yep. So when I said doll myself, I didn't wear any makeup. I just mean like I wore a nice outfit, and I don't remember how my hair was, but I'm sure I did look like a normal person. My guardian at the time was very strict though and very scary. Like the way we grew up was military, guys. But after finding this guy that I was dating, I don't know what came over me, but I became fearless. And I think that was the first time when I like went to see this guy, and I just dressed up and I told my guardian, and I was like, I'm going to see a friend. And you know how it is, guys, like when you're foolishly brave, you just go, like your body is willing to go, but your spirit, I was shitting out of my boots. I think whilst telling my guardian to say I'm going to see a friend, I was even shivering, I'm sure. And then my guardian was like, and who's this friend we're going to see? And by then I was in my teen years, and I told myself, I'm not a child, like I've grown up. Like this woman shouldn't be treating me like a child. You can imagine in my teen years. Because when I look at myself right now, the age I am, I'm like, really? That was me being grown up. Wow. Yep. So I explained to my guardian, blah 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 blah. And she was like, but you can't go right now. Have you seen how the skies are looking? It's going to pour heavily. And in my head, I was like, nope, she's just trying to block my happiness. This woman is trying to block my happiness. It's not going to rain. And I answered her back. I told her, I don't think it's going to rain because I've looked at the skies already and the skies are clearing up. It's not gonna rain. But honestly speaking, like I did look at the skies and I did think to myself, I was like, I think it's gonna rain, but I think it's gonna rain after I get there. And I wanted to go. Like I just wanted to go. I want to know how parents are, right? If you don't listen to something, they just let you do it until you find out what the consequences are. So my guardian let me go, and I got on a bus. And when I got on the bus, guys, it started pouring. Like not the jokes kind of pouring. It was,
that was a tornado.
I have these certain stupid fears. Okay, let's not call them stupid unless if it's not your fear. But I am scared of strong wind, because when I was a kid, I always had these thoughts in my head to say,
When there's strong wind, then the world is coming to an end. So it freaks the hell out of me, even right now, as I am an adult.
when I just see strong wind, like I get scared to the core. Yep. So it started pouring heavily, and I got off the bus, and there was no shelter. You can imagine that area. Like there was no shelter for me to go under and wait for the rains to stop. I started walking in the rains foolishly because I was in love. I started walking in the rains, guys. In fact, those weren't rains. I started walking in the. It was a thunder and lightning storm. And I was just telling myself, if I get struck by lightning, then that's the end of me. And I walked, guys, in the rains. And then, lucky enough, I had told this fool to say, I'm almost reaching your place whilst I was in the bus. So this fool was waiting for me by his place on the balcony. So I reached, guys. The fact that it was pouring and I was scared for my phone, like if I took it out and I called him or I texted him, I just got inside the yard. The goodness is that his dad wasn't around, so I just got inside the yard and I walked myself to the balcony where he was.
And there I was, guys, looking like a wet chicken.
And that's how come I sacrificed myself for foolishness. I'm not gonna call it love. I sacrificed myself for foolishness. I got back home and my guardian didn't say much. She just gave me the I told you so look, and I was giving her the don't say. I wasn't wearing my wet clothes because when I got to the fool's place, I hung my clothes somewhere and they dried up. So my clothes were dry, and I was hoping she got the message to say I actually didn't get wet, but I actually did get wet. I got soaked, not wet. I got soaked, guys. And I don't know if I can call it being the kid I was, but can you imagine I didn't take a bath? I was nasty, huh? Oh, I was a kid. I'm not nasty, guys. I was just a kid. But I didn't take a bath. And luckily, I didn't get sick because usually when I get soaked, I would get sick, but I didn't.